We're going to start with The Undertaker teaming with Hell No, taking on The Shield last Monday night on Raw. And Adam, as we discussed last week on the show, was not a fan of the way that they were utilizing The Undertaker, was kind of, in my opinion, just thrown into this match with a 30-second build 2 weeks prior to that one match. But you know what? Phenomenal match.
The Undertaker still has it. He can move. He's explosive. He's agile. I mean, the man is in his upper 40s, I believe, actually early 50s. We discovered a couple of weeks ago.
He could be up there. I know that he's hurt and he's up there.
But it doesn't matter. The man is a big man, and he moves as well as any big man I've ever seen. The match itself was great.
So it kind of begs the question, though, where will The Undertaker be moving forward? It's obvious that he's not going to do the only wrestle at WrestleMania bit. Will we see him again on Monday Night Raw?
I don't think so. It's been 3 years since he's had his match, his last match on Raw before this. Honestly, I believe he's going to appear here and there, maybe a pay-per-view here and there. I don't think it's going to be a consistent thing. My question is, what do you think they're going to do with the Shield going forward? Is they going to continue with Team Hell No, or are they going to continue to throw 3 random superstars together and try and fight these guys? How's this going to play out?
Well, that's the second topic. I mean, I'm coming around on these guys. You know, this was a group, everybody was really hot on the Shield, and I was only lukewarm. Like, I wasn't really buying into this bit. And I think at one point, I even joked that one of them looked like he had a mental disorder or a
he
mental
does, and that's
health.
what's great about him.
Well, I mean,
Ambrose.
But he legitimately looks that way.
That's what's
the fun-
great.
He reminded me of Howling Mad Murdoch on the original A-Team. You know, he's not the biggest guy in the world, but he's absolutely insane. So I was kind of lukewarm. How am I supposed to really believe that this guy, you know, is an ass kicker? Well, lo and behold, I'm starting to come around on these guys. And who are they going to attack? You know, this past Monday night, they come out, you think that they're going to attack John Cena, but in reality, they pile on Ryback.
I think somehow, some way, they're going to force Cena and Ryback into a 2-on-3 handicap match with the Shield. Maybe not, I don't know, maybe tonight on Raw, maybe the next couple upcoming weeks on Raw, but I think that's going to happen.
Which brings us to point number 3, third thing to be on the lookout for. Ryback, to me, Adam, it looked like he was made to be less than John Cena because he was beaten down by the Shield and John Cena is able to come in and make that save. How in the world are they supposed to build up Ryback? Now, don't go too much into depth in this, but how in the world is this going to continue to work?
It didn't make any sense to me at the end when John Cena comes back and saves the day. To me, that wasn't them beating down Ryback. That was just the continuing of the heel turn of Ryback, which I am still opposed to. But what was interesting to me, if you're going to have this match between Cena and Ryback at the pay-per-view, right now Cena's got the upper hand, and yet he ends up giving the attitude adjustment to Ryback. To me, if you want to sell this pay-per-view and make it more of an intriguing matchup, you got to have Ryback giving the shell shock to John Cena, making him look powerful. So that's what I didn't really understand. So maybe you're right. Maybe they're beating Ryback down a little bit.
Point number 4, you talk about one champion, John Cena. Let's talk about the other, Dolph Ziggler. His side piece, his eye candy, if you will, AJ Lee. She gets a title shot at the Divas title. The way I'm seeing this moving forward, Adam, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm looking at the king and the queen of WWE, both of whom will have gold around their waist.
I completely agree with you. AJ Lee is by far the hottest diva out there that there is, not only in her looks, as you will attest to, but in just her popularity with the crowd. And I actually think when she turned heel, that hurt her popularity, but she's still the most popular one. She's still the most recognizable one. She's going to have the Divas title. He's going to have the World Heavyweight Champion. They're going to be the power couple.
And here's what I love. Dolph Ziggler, this is point number 5. He faces Chris Jericho on Raw. Phenomenal match. Would have been match of the night had it not been for that aforementioned 6-man tag. Now, Y2J appears to have him beat, but he gets interrupted. Fandango's entrance music hits. Jericho gets distracted. He goes down in defeat. Jericho comes back out, takes out Fandango later in the show, winds up dancing with Fandango's piece. I'm actually looking forward to, Adam, their match. I assume it's coming at Extreme Rules.
Well, you're a Jerichoholic. Raw is Jericho. Please
Damn
shut
straight.
the hell up. All this stuff that he's fine with me. Here's what's driving me nuts. This Fandangoing crap. First of all, his character's terrible. The song is perfect for his horrific character, and somehow this I can't stand watching Fandango. Somehow this is catching on. Somehow it's getting short term. What did I call it earlier? Viability. It's
That's it.
becoming viable somehow in this short term, and I thought this was going to fall flat on its face. Now that it's catching on, people are fandangoing in the crowd, and somehow it's validity, short-term validity, and now it's going to keep going on instead of dying like Lord Tensai did a year ago at this time when his character and his whole everything he had going on was just horrible. They let that go, and he's become Sweet Tea, which is almost just as bad, but at least fun to watch. I'm upset that Fandango is even catching on because now he's just going to stay around.